Dr. Joe Oke Odumakin, President, Women Arise for Change Initiative, joins us in the studio for more on child abuse and rights in Nigeria. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
A pleasure.
Now, a report from 2014 by the National Population Commission states that 6 out of 10 children have suffered some form of abuse, and we have 50% of children suffering physical abuse. What is the state? I mean, sometimes people think that all these are just numbers and it's hard to understand it. Can you paint us a picture how bad the situation is?
Child abuse is on the rise. And in fact, as an organization, Women Arise, we've handled not less than 500 cases of child abuse. And we see that a lot of people do not really know the difference between corrective measure and an abuse. Anything that brings harm to the child, either physical, mental, or well-being of such a child, is an abuse. And the Child Rights Act of 2003 defines a child as anyone that is under the age of 18. Again, we see that a lot of people, especially family members, parents, that should provide love, that should take care of the well-being of the child, would think that another corrective measure is to bring physical harm. We have had cause to intervene not less than 50 cases that it involves the immediate family member. I can still recollect what happened somewhere in Aripo, where a child was chained outside with her legs apart. And the neighbor had to call us to intervene when rats were, those big rats were eating underneath such a girl. Again, a child, because she's been seen to be notorious, was made to do all the jobs in the house stark naked. We have also had cause to go to Akure some times ago when a child was put in a cage that was meant for dogs for close to 9 months. So we've seen cases of even rape. A 6-month-old baby was raped by a 41-year-old man who the herbalist told that if you should have carnal knowledge of someone who has never known any man, he'll be cured of his HIV status.
Now these are very, very disturbing cases. These are disturbing stories. You know, you check you check social media sometimes and you see all these stories on there. Would you say that we're treating child rights with levity as compared to other rights that people fight for?
I think child rights is being treated with such levity, with the levity that that is unimaginable. We've seen, no one has a right. If we want to correct a child, yes, it's one's parents, family members, but people are not even aware that the Child Rights Act forbid physical harm. Again, you see some people, their tongue, especially parents, is even like weapon of mass destruction. They use their tongue to tear down the child, make the child suffer low self-esteem. Maybe the child is not doing well in school and a lot of things. But we see that all the corrective measures that have been taken, the case of the child has assumed a very dangerous dimension. Again, schools where children should go, where should serve as corrective measure, you see senior students violate the rights of other students, the child. You also see teachers. Corporal punishment, as far back as 2008, about 24 countries have expunged corporal punishment from their constitution. I know in Lagos State here it's forbidden to punish anyone through such means. But one thing is certain, that we have family courts now have been set up. It's one of the things that the Child Rights Act has looked into. A lot of children are suffered as a result of paternity. So they can be subject to scientific verification through DNA. We have parents, that have been separated, that they are not really taking care of the younger ones. So we see that it's on the rise, but there's a need to carry out massive education, sensitization. People are taken to religious homes to serve as corrective measures. They are changed. They are being made to fast. Some have had cause. I mean, the case of this girl that was chained. This was done by a very, very close relation, just because the girl was alleged to have taken meat, from the pot of soup. The young girl that we are seeing, that one happened in Akure. She was born, and because she was seen to be too smart, she was then put in a dog cage, and she was in that cage for close to 9 months.
Now let me ask you, what can we do? Because we're seeing these cases. How many people actually get punished for doing these things? Do we have enough cases being reported? And really, what can we do? How can we put a stop to this? Or how can we begin to put a stop to this?
I think that one thing, yes, it's not that we don't have laws. We have enough laws. Like the Child Rights Act that I talked about, it's been domesticated in 24 states. Enugu was the last. That one happened December 2016. So we have enough laws. But the thing is that the slow pace, at times we go to some of these family courts. Out of all the cases that we've had about 16 still pending in court. Yes, in as much as the judicial process should painstakingly take its course, I think there's a need to speed up the trial of those who are involved in this child abuse so that it will serve as a deterrent. Apart from that, there's also the need for massive orientation, sensitization, the change of mindsets. And then our schools, we need more protection. Look at Chibok girls. About 112 of them are still with the terrorists. Look at Leah Shuaibu. So there's a need for us to protect the child from harm. There's also the need for a change of mindset. A lot of people will say, spare the rod and spoil the child. That is not it. There's something that we call corrective measures. So time has come for us as a country to take special interest in the growth and development of the girl child. And anyone found wanting must be brought to book.
We hope that very soon you can come back and share more solutions with us on the program. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe Okeodumake.
Pleasure always.